All right, we are here. Start the video. We are here. Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? How's it going? Perfect. I have all platforms going. Hello, hello. How are you guys? How's it going? What's new? What's happening? What is new? What is happening? Okay. Facebook and the comments never go so well. So hopefully I can see them. I'm 7:29 and I'm ready. I'm ready. Hello, how are you guys? How are you? Hello, hello. Tonight's topic is limiting beliefs. Oh my gosh, limiting beliefs. And I know for sure for myself, there's been times where I didn't have the mindset I have today. I didn't have the mentality I have today. I didn't have the courage I have today. So I want to talk to you guys about limiting beliefs because I know they can be a hindrance. And as I said in the post earlier today, they're really the hindrance that prevents us from taking action. It's the hindrance that prevents us from taking action. And when it comes to personal development, entrepreneurship, anything in between, it's important that we actually take in new knowledge. But after we take in that new knowledge, we apply it. It's up to us to take action. It's up to us to be intentional about taking action and trying new things so that we can learn, so that we can grow, so that we can evolve. So, with that being said, I am Cornisha. I'm a purpose and personal development coach, and I am back to you guys with another video. Again, tonight's topic is limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs. And truthfully speaking, it's important that we have this conversation because limiting beliefs is what kept me watching entrepreneurs on the sideline for over a year because I was scared, because I had limiting beliefs. And I'm someone who still struggles with different aspects of entrepreneurship, but I vow to serve and I vow to show up. And I experience limiting beliefs, but in this conversation today, we're going to talk about the difference between the folks who actually experience the limiting beliefs and the action takers, the folks who hear them, experience them, and apply pressure regardless. Okay, so we're talking about it. We're talking about it. I cannot see any comments. I don't know why. I have no clue. So if I'm gonna try to get these going in front of me, but I don't know. I'm honestly social media, technology. That's not my strong point. Learning, teaching, growing. That's where I can be useful, but not social media. So, at any rate, hello, hello. How's everybody? I hope everything is going well, regardless of what journey you're in, whether it's personal development, entrepreneurship, mindset mastery, whichever one. I encourage all of you guys, keep at it, whatever journey you're on. And let's talk about it. Limiting beliefs. So, the official definition of limiting beliefs, it's really just a state of mind, a conviction, or a belief that you think could be true that results in us limiting ourselves. It's the state of mind, the beliefs, and the personal convictions that we actually think could be true when really they're just limiting us. They're just hindering us. They're preventing us from taking action. They're preventing us from doing all the things that we dream about because we all are dreamers. We all want something different from what we have today. And nobody can convince me that we don't want different from what we have today. However, again, there's a difference in people. You are either the dreamer or the action taker. And which one are you? Today, I'm going to encourage you guys, become action takers. Those are the successful ones. Those are the ones who actually are fruitful and multiply regardless of what they have, regardless of what their resources are like. You can be fruitful and multiply in any stage in life. So actually talking about limiting beliefs will help you expand your perspective when it comes to what you can offer. regardless of where you are in life, because everyone has something they can offer. If you think you don't, you have to go back to the drawing board, because I'm sure you have something you can offer. I'm sure there's something you can bring to the table. And the limiting beliefs are the false narratives. False narratives, that's what they are, that prevent us from actually taking action on the things that we want. Taking action on those dreams, taking action on those goals. That's all limiting beliefs are. And that's why there's so many people who think entrepreneurship, oh no, that's not for me. Entrepreneurship, oh, I can't run that business. I can't run a business. I can't do social media. I don't want people in my business. People aren't in my business. They aren't in my business. However, if anything, I'm in their business, because I'm helping them be a resource, be a listening ear, be reassurance on this lonely road of entrepreneurship. So if anything, I'm in their business. So at any rate, limiting beliefs, again, they're the official definition of it is the state of mind, the conviction or belief of something that we feel is true that's not so true. It's not. It's a tainted, please, let's not forget to add, it's a tainted perspective, a tainted state of mind, a tainted conviction or belief that results in us being limited in life. It can result in us being limited in our self-esteem, limited in our finances, limited in our marital status. Let's talk about it, because it's a lot of us who want certain things, but we don't get those certain things because our limiting beliefs won't allow us to be vulnerable. I said it. Our limiting beliefs won't allow us to be vulnerable. Our limiting beliefs won't allow us to put it all on the line for the business, put it all on the line for the relationship, put it all on the line for ourselves. For ourselves. Yeah, we're talking about it. We are. And the conversation's well overdue. Let's say that. It's so overdue. But again, it's a tainted state of mind, a tainted conviction, a tainted belief that results in you being limited in life. And truthfully speaking, we all want different from where we come from. However, we all aren't in a position to where we're ready to take action on those wants for different. And that, again, is what separates the dreamer from the action taker. And I'm encouraging you guys to transition into action takers. Transition, you deserve it and you can do it. So transition. It can result in limiting your self-esteem, your finances, your marital status, your vulnerability, your love, the love you give and the love you receive, just to clarify. It can also affect your career, your character, your spirit, your heart. And really, when I speak to spirit and spirituality, you can correlate those to the heart and the mind, because what you feel in your heart, it comes from somewhere. What you think in your mind, it comes from somewhere. So we can correlate all of those, your spirit, your mind, spirituality, just to clarify, because of course, spirituality has like so big connotation, like it's such a grand thing, and spirituality is for everyone. Let's clarify what it is and who it's for. Spirituality is really tapping into the dominion and wisdom personally of yourself, using, of course, self-care and pouring into yourself, using a lot of different tools to help cultivate positivity. Help cultivate success when it comes to our character, success in being who we want to be, success in representing ourselves in the way that we see fit for us. Yes. So these beliefs can result in heartache. I'm sorry, these beliefs, yes, that wasn't in my notes, but let's say it. Having these limited beliefs over time can result in heartache. in heartache. Life is short and time waits on nobody. So, oh my God, this was not in my notes. However, life is short and time waits on nobody. So why have those limiting beliefs? Why stick to them? No, if there's something you want in this life, you can do it. And if there's something you want in this life, you can get it. There's resources out there. There's a ram in the bush. You just got to find the right bush. Let's say that first. So in that, we have to be intentional about actually interrupting the pattern of these negative beliefs and counteracting them with real positivity, counteracting them with real reassurance as far as life in general. Anything worth having is worth fighting for. Anything worth having, you should go out and get it. If you can see it in your mind and you can think it to yourself, you deserve it. You just got to find a way to get it. And that's for us and everybody else. Of course, we have the short end of the stick when it comes to resources and availability for getting guidance, coaching in certain areas. Of course, there's limited resources to certain folks. Us poverty folk, us brown folk, sometimes we can suffer from having a limited resources. However, that's why I'm here, to be a resource that I feel that I didn't have, be a resource that I know for sure my clients wouldn't have if it wasn't for me. So it's out there. The need is out there. However, sometimes we don't honor our own needs simply because of what? Because of what? Our limiting beliefs. Yes, because of our limiting beliefs. And it's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate because I lost a brother. Let me say this. I lost a brother a year ago. I lost a brother a year ago who had limiting beliefs. I lost a brother a year ago who had limiting beliefs, who thought that his only way out was in working in the streets. And from where I'm from, you can't work in the streets and come up on the level that he came up without somebody watching. You can't come up on the level that he came up in the streets without somebody being uncomfortable with it because they saw him as being the underdog for so long. So with that being said, yes, limiting beliefs are a whole problem. And that's why I'm here to talk about it, because a lot of us may say, oh no, don't beat up on yourself like that. I've said this in multiple videos. However, truthfully speaking, had limiting beliefs been a topic of conversation a year ago, 2 years ago, it could have saved more than just my brother's life. And I'm sure of that. No, that's not my way of blaming myself. That's not my way of thinking, oh, well, thinking the worst. No, this isn't that. I'm at peace with my brother not being here. However, I had a brother who chose to work in the streets, and literally because of that limiting belief, he lost his life. So trust me, when I'm here talking, I'm not talking just to talk. I lost years. I lost time of my life simply because I was doing what everybody else wanted me to do. I was living a life that everybody else wanted me to live, being of high value to them and no value to myself. So in that, limiting beliefs are a thing. However, in business and entrepreneurship, I did also learn that sometimes our prospects, the folks we're trying to reel in with our products and services, those folks sometimes have problems that they're not even aware of. They're not even aware of. And I know for sure I've had plenty of friends, family members, clients, and co-workers in my lifetime, in my little short 20-something years of living. I've experienced so many people saying, oh, there's no way I could do this. There's no way I could do that. It'll take me years to do this. It'll take me years to do that. And sometimes we have false narratives. Sometimes we actually believe those false narratives. And that's exactly what they are. That's exactly what they are. They're false narratives. They are. And it's unfortunate because we lose things. We lose, again, we suffer from heartache, mental or physical misuse, regret, and mere tarnished perspective. Truthfully, we suffer from all of that tarnished perspective that we embody and carry around with us for years. For years, until somebody like me, somebody who don't know you from a can of paint, but can speak to some part of your life, some part of your being, some part of your existence, and in a way that resonates with you. Until somebody like me comes across and shifts that perspective, enhance it just a little bit, just to show you that you can do it. You can go get that thing you want. You can make it happen. I remember I had a friend. And this was a few years ago. I was definitely unintentional about life, unintentional. Oh, I'm losing Facebook. Okay, Facebook. I got you back. I was at a place where I was unintentional about life. I was unintentional about the company I kept. And I had a friend who, we all have had those friends who are professional victims, honey. They are professional victims. They can't stand life. Life is so hard. Well, girl, I can't do this because I got a baby. Okay. Congratulations. However, at the end of the day, if you want a house, go get it. If you want a car, go get it. We all know there are so many buy here, pay here's in this area of Southern Illinois that it's pathetic. So if there's something we want in life, we can go get it. However, folks are actually at a place where they're using limited beliefs as cushion to get them comfortable in being a victim. They use their limiting beliefs as cushion to get them comfortable in being a victim. And they expect folks like us who are intentional about life, who are intentional about our efforts, who are intentional about how we represent ourselves. They expect folks like us to say, you know what, it's okay. I understand life is happening to you, girl. I got you. No, I don't. We have to participate in rescuing ourselves. It's nobody's responsibility to save us. It's nobody else's responsibility to be a hero to us. It's nobody else's responsibility to do something for us that we can't even do for ourselves. That's a problem. And think about it. How many times has any of us experienced expectations of folks that they know they can't or won't fulfill for us? I've had so many friends that expected for me to be a designated driver, and to this day, I can't ask for a ride to the store. But they expect for me to be a designated driver everywhere we go. However, those limiting beliefs and us not being intentional about life is what can get us to that place where we're accepting the victim mentality of the folks who are around us. It's unacceptable. Truthfully, let's call it what it is. It's unacceptable. And that's why we have the two different types of folks. All of us are dreamers, but after so long, it takes action. So not only am I a dreamer, but I'm an action taker. Let's call it what it is. Yes, I'm a dreamer. Yes, I have my dreams, my goals, my ambition, and I'm working on those often, to say the least. However, in all of that, after so long, I got to take a step out of that dream and start applying some pressure. I have to take a step out of being so caught up in the dreamy phase that I have to actually take action. Apply pressure. Thank you so much. Apply pressure. And honestly, our limiting beliefs is what prevents us from applying pressure. It is. Let's talk about it. Our limiting beliefs can be anything from low self-worth. Oh, I don't deserve that. I don't know if I just don't know if that's for me. Low self-worth. If you don't know if it's for you, low self-worth, because I'm not going to jump ahead in my notes. I won't. But low self-worth is definitely one. Bitterness, jealousy, those are examples Those are examples of limiting beliefs. You're jealous because you see someone with something that you've convinced yourself you can't have. That's why you're jealous. You're envious because you see someone with things that you feel like, oh, that's not for me. And really, that's not the case. That's why we're jealous. That's why we're envious. That's why we're upset with our friends who got their new little relationships and we don't have ours, so we mad. That's a problem. That's a whole problem. The same folks with limited beliefs, I guarantee you, they have very minimal participation in rescuing themselves. If it's something they want that relationship, but they're not doing an ounce of anything to work on their brain, their brand, or their beauty. Work on their brain, their brand, their mindset, anything connected to them. They don't do it, but they want the relationship. They don't work on their body, but they want the relationship. They don't work on their finances, but they want the relationship. Oh, I want to start a business, but you walking around asking people about who's their vendor. Come on now. Come on now. Limiting beliefs. It's a problem. It's a problem. Making excuses for the things that we know we want. I was just coaching a client today. And she said how a year ago today, she said how it would take her years and years to actually achieve the things that she wants. But because we've connected and she's been able to get a level of reassurance that she thought was cliche, she literally, those dreams, goals, aspirations that she put a year's time frame on, she's able to see success in those in less than a year of execution. Less than a year of execution, literally. So because of that, the results are waiting on us. The results are waiting on us. I learned in entrepreneurship recently and when I first started. Let's say this, both times, I definitely learned that at the end of the day, if it's something that you don't just yet have, it's because you're not ready. It's ready for you. You're just not ready for it. You want the finances. You're not ready for it. You want the relationship. You're not ready for it. If you were ready, you'd have it. If it's something you want in this life and you don't have it just yet, it's because you have work to do. It's not about that thing. It's not. You want the relationship? Work on you. You want that job? Work on you. You want the promotion? You think they're going to promote this version of you? No, you have to level up. The same level of you that qualified for an average job is not going to qualify for management. Let's say that. The same version of you that qualified for just the status quo position, is the entry level position, is not going to qualify for leadership or management roles. They won't. It won't. So in that, we have to be intentional about counteracting these limiting beliefs. We do, because we can do it. We are fearfully and wonderfully made. Just in case you didn't know, I'd be the one to tell you. We're fearfully and wonderfully made. We can do all things. Think about it. I can't speak for everybody. However, I know for sure I come from a long line of hard bodies, a long line of poverty, a long line of limited education, simply because it was either having babies at a young age or couldn't actually put the time and effort into our education because we had to put our family first, our siblings first. I come from a long line of circumstances. Let me say that, a long line of circumstances. However, I vow to shift the narrative. We're not victims, we're survivors. We're not victims, we're successful survivors at that. Successful survivors. So in that, it's up to us to counteract these limiting beliefs, because you never know. Just today, I was at a retail store with my mom. We were shopping for the holidays, clothes, just shopping. And truthfully speaking, we pulled up in a parking lot and I literally said, Mom, This is the parking lot I used to have to flyer when I was working my corporate job. I had to flyer that parking lot in 80, 90-degree heat. I had to flyer that parking lot with the coat on because it was cold outside. However, I'm blessed to be able to say that during this holiday season, I'm working from the comforts of my home, okay? Facts. Yes. These are facts. Truthfully. However, if my limiting belief, if I stuck to that, I'd be across the state in Missouri, in Kansas City, Missouri, working a corporate job, starting my car at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning so that I could be on my way to work. Truthfully. Truthfully. If I stuck to my limiting beliefs, entrepreneurship isn't for me. There's no way I could be successful in it. There's no way I could survive using entrepreneurship. In the event that I actually supported, in the event that I supported those beliefs, I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't be where I am today. So it's up to us to be intentional about shifting the narrative. Counteract all of that mess. Counteract it for sure. Counteract it for sure. It's up to us to be intentional. It's up to us to be intentional. It's up to us to be intentional. We deserve all things. If someone else has it, we can have it. There's no difference. However, it's up to us to see the value in us to work for it. Because that's really what it boils down to. I don't work for it because I don't see me as being valuable enough to have that body. I don't see me as being valuable enough to have those finances. I don't see me as being valuable enough to have that business. And that's a false narrative. It's false. It's false. And it's unacceptable that we have so many humans walking around here hurt, jealous, envious, all because we see the next person with the exact same thing that we want, but we too scared to go get it. Come on now. Come on now. We're the ones. Did you forget? Did you forget? We're the ones that survived slavery. We didn't go through it. We didn't endure it. We survived it. It's a difference. That's why they look at us and don't know how to take us because we're walking around smiling. Let's talk about it. Limiting beliefs. If we can handle the worst of the worst, if we can handle the worst of the worst, there's no reason why we can't tap into all the resources around us to be successful because the resources are there. We're just not seeking them. We're not tapping into them. We don't want to support the credit repair specialist. We don't want to support the candle maker. We don't want to support the photographer, the videographer, simply because, oh, that's put money into their pockets. Okay. Okay, so what are you saying? It takes money to make money. Y'all thought that was a joke? Y'all thought that was a joke? It takes money to make money in real life. Like, that's a real thing. However, our limiting beliefs will make us think the risk to reward is whack. Our limiting beliefs. Yeah. They will. They will. Our limiting beliefs can also cause us to misrepresent ourselves. We can misrepresent ourselves as being the naysayers, misrepresent ourselves as being the victims, the professional victims, because, oh, no one taught us. No one taught me to think different. No one taught me. Let me say this. Anything I say in this video is not at all to diminish anybody, to dishonor somebody's position where they are in life, their circumstances. However, it's to shift the narrative and be a demonstration of what it looks like to actually go through the process of honoring the fact, you know what? I have limiting beliefs. I do, but I'm going to disregard those, counteract those with some action and move forward. I'm going to apply some pressure and get rid of these limiting beliefs so I can walk into what's for me because it's waiting on me. So I'm saying this to say I'm not here to step on anyone's toes. I'm not here to be irrational or not be understanding. However, I'm here to be a demonstration because I've been there. Okay? Simply because I've been there. That's it. There are, again, plenty of examples of limiting beliefs, and they all have effects on us. They can have effects on our success. They can affect our peace. They can affect our execution. I just said that. Limiting beliefs are the beliefs that actually hinder us from applying action, taking action, being the action takers. That's what limiting beliefs are. So having those beliefs can have effects on our success. It can affect our peace. I'm telling you. I forgot what it says. A double-minded man is wicked or crooked in all of his ways, one of the two. I was a double-minded man for the full time frame that I knew I wanted entrepreneurship, but disregarded it because I knew I'd kind of trigger some insecurities of folks that were around me, because I was around plenty of victims who wrote a lot of things off for themselves. So in that, I definitely was a double-minded man in all of my ways. Simply because I didn't have the courage. I had the limiting beliefs, and it affected my success. It affected my peace. It affected my execution. I execute for about a week or so and stop for a month. Truthfully, it will affect you. It'll affect your finances. It'll affect your dreams. You will dream small. To this day, I struggle with dreaming as big as possible simply because I lived a life for years honoring limiting beliefs. I'll say that again. For years, to this day, I struggle with dreaming big simply because for years I honored limiting beliefs. I know I'm not alone in this. And I know this is an uncomfortable topic. This is definitely going to be one of those videos that get the playbacks. But I'm okay with that because I'm here to provide virtual support and reassurance to the folks who don't have it. To the folks who are just like me, introducing certain things to their circles because you're the one. And it's nothing wrong with that. Truthfully speaking, it's nothing wrong with your circle. They just have what? They could possibly have limiting beliefs. However, it takes somebody to be bold enough to interrupt the pattern. It takes somebody to be brave enough to interrupt the pattern. It takes somebody to say, you know what? I'm gonna level this thing up for me and my family, for me and my lineage, for me and my friends, me and my circle. I'm gonna level this thing up. I'm gonna help us out because we need it. And if I want it for me, I want it for everybody connected to me. That's really what it's about. The resources I give here, the resources I provide here, I'm willing to provide anywhere to anyone. Truthfully, not to anyone. Not to anyone, to my target audience, to the folks who are action takers, ready to start today. That's who I'm here to serve. If you need a minute, maybe book a session and we'll work that out later. However, we have to be intentional about being action takers. We have to be intentional about wanting to apply the level of work that's needed to get us to where we want to be. Because we all have places we want to be. We do. We all have those places. We all have those dreams. We all have those visions, those goals. And as I said in my notes, limiting beliefs can be misrepresented. Limiting beliefs can cause us to misrepresent ourselves because no one taught us that it was okay to dream big, even if. We're not taught to dream big, even if. In society, it's said everywhere. The moment you have a baby, it's all about the baby. It's not about you anymore. Says who? I vow to say it takes one whole whole parent, whole, internally whole, mentally, physically, emotionally whole. It takes one whole parent to raise a child. A child would be absolutely okay with just one whole parent. So I'm saying that to say, the whole once you have a baby, it's all about the baby. No, it's not. In order to be a whole parent, you have to have self-care. In order to be a whole parent, you have to be able to pour into yourself. You have to have a schedule. You have to have discipline. To have discipline, you have to have it in your health, in your practices, your eating, all of it, your sleeping routine, your workout routine. You have to have discipline. So in order to be a whole parent, you have to pour into yourself. It's not all about the child. You can only be the best parent you can be if you take care of you first, then take care of the child. So yes, the child is a priority, but I don't believe in the child being the only first priority. No, this isn't that. And we, again, the most common limiting belief. Oh, once you have a baby, it's all about the baby. No, you can start a business with your baby. Most of my clients are parents. Most of my clients are parents. Most of my prospects are parents. The folks who's like, okay, I'm going to do it. I believe them, but they're parents too. So I'm saying that to say, truthfully speaking, anybody can do it. There's no rhyme or reason. There's no limitations here. However, what we see mostly is excuses. And I'm here to interrupt the pattern of those two. Interrupt the pattern of those two. I've had excuses. I've made excuses. I was the queen of excuses. Oh, well, they let me do it, so it's their fault, not mine. I'm not the manager. I just work here. I said that. Confidently. I said that boldly and didn't care. I said it. Once you enroll in school, all you can do is focus on school. You don't need to party. You don't need to work. Just focus on school. That's a lie. That's a lie. And for me, school is not let me not say this. Let me watch my mouth. Personally speaking, I don't prefer to go to school. I don't like the debt. You know how there's those excuse makers or the people who don't take action. They'll say, well, my mind just don't work in the way to where I can understand entrepreneurship. My mind just don't work in the way to where I can understand that after 1 year of college, you owe over $20,000. When you can self-teach, you can do self-teaching. You can purchase courses online for less than $5,000. You can purchase a plethora of courses, bundle courses online for less than $1,000. So because of that, no, I'm not with the whole school thing. I won't be with the whole school thing. You can tap into the most abundant resources without a college education. So school may work for certain folks. We need our doctors, our nurses, our attorneys, our what are they called? Law officials or whatever. Like, we need all of them. We need our workers. We need them. So yeah, y'all go to college. I won't. I won't. That's all I'm going to say. So we're taught certain things that actually limit our beliefs, but that's what it's about. How about this? Of course, we have the structure of this conversation. A limiting belief is this, and a limiting belief is that, and this is what it is, and this is how it affects us, and this is how it can show up in our lives. Let's just call it what it is. Limiting beliefs are put on us as children. Limiting beliefs are the beliefs that our parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, they're the beliefs that the people before us had. However, the quality of life, the quality of resources that were available during their time is completely different from what we know. And that's why us millennials are known as being crazy, irate, all over the place. Really, we just resilient. We know it's a ram in the bush, but sometimes we don't know which bush. So that's the cliche about us millennials, but we're resilient for a reason. However, we have to put some strategy to this resilience. After we're adults, what they taught us, it can be useful. However, it's up to us to chew the meat and spit out the bones. And for me, limiting beliefs, I'm spitting that out. Gotta go. Gotta go. That won't be passed down to my children. That won't be a part of my household. Like, it is what it is. We're gonna call a spade a spade. Limiting beliefs are those are put in us as children. Those are instilled in us as children. So it's up to us as the adults to counteract that, to shift that narrative, and to apply pressure to where it minimizes those beliefs so much that, yeah, we hear them, but it's so easy to ignore them because we have so much action that we've put in place that those beliefs don't have any room to even live here, truthfully. And that's what it's about. It's about knowing and understanding that we have the beliefs of our parents, the beliefs of our friends, the beliefs of the people around us. However, it's up to us to chew the meat and spit out the bones. It's up to us to know what applies to us and what don't, what will work for us and what doesn't. And it's up to us to even implement trial and error. It's been times where I tried certain things because I thought it sounded pretty okay, but after trying it, it's like, oh no, I can't do that. That doesn't work for me. So in that, it's okay, truthfully. It's okay. However, it's up to us to be intentional about correcting and counteracting what we don't agree with. Truthfully. And it's resources out there. If you want something, you can get it. If you want something, you can have it. It's just up to us to go do it. It is. So, I'm not here to shame anyone, blame anyone, be insensitive, none of that. However, limiting beliefs are what they are. They're a conviction, it's a state of mind, and a belief. It's something you want to believe in. It's a limiting perspective. That's what it is. I can't be in entrepreneurship. I can't write no book. I can't be a YouTuber. Yes, you can. You can do all things through Christ that strengthen you. You can't convince me that that's not true. Sorry, you can't convince me. However, I'm going to be the one that convinces everybody else. It's up to us. It's up to us to make room for what we want. If you want it, go get it. If you want it, go get it. It's a resource out there. There's a ram in the bush. You just got to find the right bush and not give up in the process. Literally. So, how we, like I said, it's a conviction. A limiting belief is like a personal conviction that we choose to honor simply because that's what we choose to believe. Our beliefs can come from anywhere. It can come from our family, our friends, something we read, our music, a show we watched. Limiting beliefs really can come from anywhere. However, consider this. Again, I'm here to provide some perspective to you guys. So, how we govern our lives, our convictions, our mental and physical state and posture is what make and break our limiting beliefs. Okay? Let me say it again. How we govern our lives, how we govern our convictions, our mental and physical state, our mental and physical posture, how we govern that is what make or break our limiting beliefs. It's what reinforce our limiting beliefs or recalibrate our limiting beliefs. Government over our lives is what reinforce our limiting beliefs or recalibrate our limiting beliefs. So how do you govern your life? How do you govern your life? Yes, I said it. We're talking about it. I wasn't playing. Now y'all see, I was not playing. We're talking about it. How do you govern your life? What do I mean by government? Government is the regulation over your life. When you feel that life is off for whatever reason, you feel just disturbed or uneasy, what's that regulation that you use to help get you back aligned with who you naturally are? That's government over your life. So how you govern your life is what helps your limiting beliefs. It's what either reinforce or recalibrate those limiting beliefs. So whether you have government over your life or not will speak a lot. It will speak volumes to why you believe what you believe. It'll speak volumes to those limiting beliefs or the beliefs that aren't so limited, truthfully. So, government, do you govern your life? Do you regulate your life? How do you dictate right and wrong in your life? What does that look like for you? For me, all of my life until this year, all of my life, truthfully, was my opinion and the opinion of the folks around me. And that didn't work. That didn't work. Nowadays, it is what it is. I use the Bible. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I know it makes people uncomfortable. However, sorry, not sorry. It is what it is. I use the Bible as my way to recalibrate my life, my way to recalibrate my vision, my business, my posture, my character, my spirit, all of that. So in that, what do you use to actually recalibrate or regulate your life? What you use can affect your limiting beliefs. If it doesn't affect your limiting beliefs, are you actually applying the regulations? Example, we have a lot of church folk. I come from church. I love my church family. To this day, I wouldn't be who I am without my church family. So let me first honor them. However, we all know or have experienced or have heard of the negative connotation that sometimes people from the church scene can have because they may say certain things that correlate to the Bible, but they act in a different manner. So that's a prime example of how our government and regulation should affect us. That's a prime example of maybe you do believe something, but you're just not applying it. Does that make sense? Maybe you do believe something, but you're just not applying it. And truthfully speaking, because I grew up in the church, I feel like the middleman that can honestly answer to the inside of the church and the outside, because I've seen both. So on the inside and outside looking in, anybody who is in the church and they may act a certain way different than what they believe, it's simply because they're not applying what they believe to their lives. So it's not that their beliefs is off. It's just the fact that their action isn't where it's supposed to be. Their execution isn't where it's supposed to be. So how you regulate and govern your life really is reflected in your limiting beliefs. So if you don't have government over your life, or you don't apply the government that you have over your life, then it'll show. It'll show, because you'll go to church every Sunday and say, oh, well, no, I just can't. I'm good. I'm good. I can't do it. And that's unacceptable. If you go to church, you know for sure you can do all things through Christ that strengthen you. So because of that, you can't write a book. Come on now. You got something you can teach. You can't convince me that you don't. We all have something we can teach. However, our limiting beliefs, or us not applying the real beliefs to counteract those false narratives, it's hindering us, and it's preventing us from taking action. It's preventing us from getting the business credit, buying the LLC, starting the business, writing the book, getting the podcast, starting the YouTube channel. We all want something. You can't convince me that it's just, oh, I have it all. You can't convince me of that. Sorry, not sorry. You can't do that. Everybody has something in life that they want. However, our limiting beliefs is what's hindering us from taking action. And you can take action today. You can take action right now. You can take action. However, our limiting beliefs, the folks around us, the information we take in, what we listen to, what we watch, it affects us. It affects us. And if it doesn't, if you just think, oh, she's just talking, all right. A year from now, you're going to be mad and you're going to be bitter because you didn't do that thing that you knew you wanted to do and you watching somebody else live out your dream. And that sucks. I've been there. That sucks. That's why I'm talking about it. That's why I'm talking about it. I wanted to be a bomb wig, custom wig maker a year ago. And I sat and watched COVID hit. I sat and watched people leave their jobs, start their businesses. And as of today, they're booming. Their business is booming. And I'm just getting started. Don't get me wrong. Me just getting started, I've learned, grown, evolved so much in this 1 year that I don't regret my decision. That's not at all what I'm saying. I don't regret anything. However, I'm telling you from experience that if you don't actually take action, it can trigger bitterness. It can trigger envy. It can trigger jealousy. And I hated being jealous. I hate it. I was so jealous that I almost talked myself out of enjoying holidays and things like that because I wanted a relationship so bad, but wouldn't eat right to save my life. Wouldn't work out to save my life, y'all. So in that, it's up to us to be intentional about actually taking action. You want that thing, go get it. Work for it. Work for it. And typically when we work for things, we appreciate it so much more. So much more. It has such higher quality value, you know. So be intentional about the things you want. Actually put some sound to it. Vocalize it. I remember, like I say, true story. I was about to take a job in corporate America about a few months ago, literally, like summertime, I was about to take a job. I declined that job and lied to everybody around me. I said they declined the offer for me. They called me and said, hey, let me buy you out your lease. Let me do this. Let me do that. Let us move you across the state. I said, okay, initially. I declined it because I knew I had 2 LLCs in my name and I just didn't want, I wanted to do what I started. I wanted entrepreneurship. However, I lied to the folks around me simply because I knew what I wanted. And I took action. And it's up to us to take action. I remember the day, my mom is on this live. I remember the day I told my mom, Ma, I lied to you. I lied to you. I did not get declined that offer. I declined that offer because I knew what I wanted. However, the moment I gave sound to that thing, it shifted my life. It shifted my life. The moment you give sound and actually vocalize the things you want, from there it's smooth sailing. But you have to honor the fact that you want it. You have to honor the fact that you want it. Again, limiting beliefs are the hindrance that prevent us from taking action. Again, a year ago today, I wanted a relationship so bad. Wanted it so bad. I dreaded the holidays because I knew I would be around couples. However, in that, regardless, I fought. And in that, I also made different choices. I'm like, you know what? No, okay, I want this relationship, but I'm not so comfortable with me. So I'm going to eat a little different so that I could work towards getting this relationship. And by the time I got in the relationship, I was 40 pounds lighter. 40 pounds lighter. So in that, yes, like it makes a difference. It makes a difference. However, us honoring what we want, you got to be real with yourself. Honor what you want. Honor what you want. You want it, you deserve it. You want it, you deserve it. And again, there's so many of us who say, oh, well, I govern my life and I do this and I do that, but I just don't know. How about you apply the information? Apply it, apply it, apply it. There's knowledge and there's applied knowledge. It's a difference. There's knowledge and it's applied knowledge. And again, I didn't use government over my life until 2021, my right hand up to the Lord. I purchased my first Bible in 2021. My brother did buy me a Bible years ago. However, I purchased my very own first Bible in 2021. That's when I actually took action and applied the knowledge to my life. So because of that, literally, the applied knowledge of the government over my life is what counteracted my limiting beliefs. A lot of the misconceptions of spirituality, oh, you have to do this, you have to do that. It's about relationship. It's about relationship. Pick up the Bible for yourself, govern your life for yourself, get the knowledge for yourself, and apply it yourself. Seek mentorship now. Seek mentorship. That's what church is. It's the mentorship. It's the community. It's the reassurance. That's what it is. However, it's when everybody goes home from that mentorship, it's up to them to actually recalibrate and restructure and get back into alignment on their own in that week. Unless they go to church in the middle of the week, of course. In that week, Sunday to Sunday, it's up to them to actually apply that information for themselves. It's just on Sunday, they get the community, the resources, the knowledge, the mentorship, they get that. However, spirituality is an individual affair, and governing your life will affect your limited beliefs. It will. I'm a prime example. A year ago today, there's no way I could be here doing this. I'm just going to say it. There's no way. And I'm blessed because, again, my mom is on here. Again, today, we drove into a parking lot and I literally said, I had to flyer this parking lot. I had to flyer it at 80-degree heat simply because I had folks who didn't like the fact that I was a young girl who knew how to write loans and manage accounts. Let's say that. So because of that, they sent me to do the little work that nobody else did. And truthfully speaking, doing that work is what got me to a place where I'm so grateful about being able to work from home this holiday season. And honestly, had I not made the decisions I made, had I not made the choices I made a year ago or even a couple months ago when I was offered that opportunity in corporate America, I wouldn't be able to say that I work from home in my home office during the winter season. I wouldn't be able to say that. So it's up to us to be intentional about honoring what we want. It's up to us to be intentional about honoring what we want, going after it, making room for it. Because if we want it, if we can see ourselves with it, it's meant for us to have it. It's just meant for us to do some internal work to prepare us to get it. It's meant for us to do internal work to prepare for us to get it. And that's speaking from experience. Because a year ago today, I prayed for the relationship, y'all. I prayed for it. And it's times where today I'm like, ooh, I see why I wasn't ready. I'm just saying it. It is what it is. And having conversations like this, being more intentional about creating environments to just be real and talk like this. This is what will help us. This is what will help us not be so nasty and envious and jealous and just evil to the folks who have the things we want when they worked for it, they made room for it, and we don't. Come on now. If it's anything worth having, it's worth fighting for. It's also worth working for. That's the part that they left out of that. Anything worth having, it's worth fighting for, but it's also worth working for. What made you want to start talking to the world like this? Truthfully speaking, because I didn't have direct reassurance in these areas when I started this journey. Also because I'm a life coach. I knew I wanted entrepreneurship, but I was in the hair industry. I'm a licensed cosmetologist, but I have carpal tunnel. So I knew my days of physically being a cosmetologist were limited. So I wanted to, but I had entrepreneurship experience. So I chose life coaching because I like to talk. I like to talk to people. I'm the person that everybody pulls to the side for a sidebar. So I realized, okay, those are typically the folks who are life coaches. So I took a life coach course, and that is when I actually became a life coach and chose to just have conversations like this. And I realized conversations like this aren't a hot commodity simply because the environment is not there. People are too scared to be vulnerable nowadays. So that's truthfully why I did it, because I knew if I needed reassurance and I needed support when I was seeking entrepreneurship and I felt so lonely. To this day, entrepreneurship is still a lonely journey. So in that, I just wanted to provide something that I knew I needed. And as I started, I realized it was so many people who really did need it. So in that, I just became more intentional in it. And that's how I'm here today. Truthfully, that's how I'm here today. And honestly, it's a process. If I could do it, anybody can do it. I feel that everybody has a voice. And if more of us were here having conversations about things that matter to us, then the world would be so different. The world would be so different. And like I say, when it comes to limiting beliefs, I had a brother who was killed because he believed the only way he could support his family was in the streets. So in that, this topic it has a little meaning to me, because had this topic and those environments been created sooner, they could have saved lives more than just my brother. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's a journey, it's a process. I get nervous a whole lot. So I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Any questions regarding limiting beliefs, how it can affect you, how it can show up when you don't even know that it's showing up? Any questions? Any questions? No? No? Again, I've had friends. I don't know if I said this in my notes. I had a friend, like maybe it was probably 4 years ago, truthfully. But I had a friend who was, I like to say, a professional victim. Okay, and we all have had those friends that are professional victims. They always have a sob story. This friend told me how she want to get her own place, but she can't do it until maybe like 3-4 years from now. She want to get her own car, but she can't do it until maybe 2-3 years from now. And we all know if it's something that you desperately want, if it's something that you desperately want, you're going to find a way. So in that, I realized then that limiting beliefs were a thing, but my communication wasn't where it should be to actually correlate that. My intentionality wasn't where it was supposed to be, because I actually entertained that victim mentality mess. And truthfully, anything you want in this life, you could go get it. There's a ram in the bush. You just got to find the right bush. So in that, I support folks who are looking for their bush. But the folks who vow to be professional victims, don't talk to me. I'm not the person for you to talk to, honestly, because I am not a person of excuses. I'm a person of solutions. So yeah, that's truthfully why I'm here doing what I'm doing, because I just want to serve. Don't be nervous. You help people and you don't even know it. I watch and listen. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That definitely means a lot. In my process, I'm a life coach, as I say. So in my process, sometimes I get so caught up in the business. And of course, I don't want to come across as just that salesperson. No, there's real life people with real life things going on. And I'd be inhumane to present myself as another bomb booming entrepreneur when this is not that. Don't get me wrong, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm blessed. I encourage anybody to go after this journey because it's so worth it. Yes, I have tools, resources, and knowledge to help folks. However, again, entrepreneurship is for anybody, but it's up to us to choose it for ourselves. And thank you so much. Truthfully, thank you, thank you, thank you. But again, the limiting beliefs, that's something that just, it holds a little place in my heart, because I had limiting beliefs for a lot of years of my life. And working in corporate America, we all can say we've dealt with some sort of I don't even know what to call it. I dealt with mental abuse in corporate America. I'm not gonna lie. Those folks had me convinced that I was sorry. And literally, that wasn't the case. It was actually the opposite. I was young, I was thriving, I'm doing what they doing, making what they making. They was hating. Like, that's just the truth. They were real life hating. But they convinced me that that wasn't the case, and I believed it. So that's, again, why I'm here. I've been through a lot, I've seen a lot, I've heard a lot, and I want to be supportive. I want to provide a level of support that I wish I had, and a level of support that I know is needed. So thank you so much. Okay, so I think that's it. I just want to pop in and, like I say, not be so business savvy, really tap into real life problems, because there are life problems. And I know from experience, you have your problems in life, and then you have the problems that come with folks who want to minimize your problems. So I'm just here to be a resource, reassurance, and create an environment for us to talk about all of that freely. So really, that's me. And that's really all I have for you guys. That is it. I've kind of poured my little heart out tonight with the whole limiting beliefs, but it means a lot to me to hear what you said. So thank you so much. And truthfully speaking, I don't only want entrepreneurship for me. Anything I want for me, I want for every single person connected to me, if that's what they want for themselves. However, I know what it's like to think that it's not for you, or you're not deserving of it, because everybody deserves abundance on all levels. But we have to do the work to prepare ourselves for it. I saw a post on social media today that said, how can you want $10,000 but struggle with managing 1,000? How can you want $10,000 but struggle with managing $1,000? That spoke volumes to me, because we all can say we've blown through money on one way or another. We've blown through some resources in one way or another. And that, it spoke to me. And things like that is why I do what I do, because I want to be a resource just like that. I want to shift perspectives and help folks actually work their way mentally to where they want to be. Because when they're ready to take action, it flows. It flows. I have a client who just took action last night, and literally everything has changed. Everything has changed. Her confidence, her joy, her glow, her everything. So in that, taking action, the moment you take that step, it's going to happen. But it's the mindset, it's the mentality, it's the spirit, it's letting go of all the old mess and preparing ourselves for the new level of abundance that's to come. That's mindset mastery in itself. So I'm here to talk folks through that, because that's where the real problem lies. The resources are there. The financing is there. The business, step by step, all of that's there. However, the mindset is the biggest hurdle. Like they say, I don't have competition. It's me against me. And that's real. That is real. It's no competition out here. Like I say, collaboration over competition any day. If it's somebody in my industry, somebody serving the exact same thing that I serve, let me find the difference between us, or let me find somebody I can't serve. Here you go. Let's support each other. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's collaborate. Collaboration over competition any day. That's another limiting belief, but that's a conversation for another day because it's 8:30. And I need to eat, y'all. I need to eat. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. I appreciate every single person. I definitely will save this live on all 3 platforms. And I'm Cornisha. I'm your purpose and personal development coach. As I always say, I don't do it just for me. If it was just for me, I'd be in corporate America in Kansas City, Missouri. So like I say, I do it for you. I do it for me. I do it for us. This is a us thing, all 2021 and 2022. Okay, so until next time, I will see y'all later. Yes, I will be live tomorrow night at 7:30. So I'll see y'all then. Good night, good night, good night. Okay, good night, Insta. Good night, good night. Okay. Bye, YouTube. See you later. Good night.